The All Blacks have sent a powerful message ahead of their huge Springboks Test, but perhaps the biggest story from their 50-19 victory over the Bulls is not the scoreline. It is the selection headache now facing head coach Dave Rennie. Several players used the match at Loftus Versfeld to push their claims, but none did more to complicate the back three selection than Leroy and Josh Moorby. At the same time, Beauden Barrett produced the kind of response that could change the conversation around his role. After an underwhelming performance at fly half against the Stormers, Barrett was given an opportunity at fullback, and this time the veteran playmaker looked much more comfortable. He was calm, creative and dangerous whenever he joined the attack. Barrett played a key role in Josh Moorby's first try with a perfectly timed pass, before producing another excellent moment with a late chip that helped put the Bulls' defense under pressure. His kicking from hand was also impressive, giving the All Blacks another way to control territory and attack space. It was exactly the kind of response Barrett needed. But while Barrett was hitting back, two wingers were making an even bigger statement. Leroy was outstanding from start to finish. Rather than waiting on the wing for opportunities, Carter constantly searched for work and became involved all over the field. His blistering crossfield run helped create Moorby's first try, while his ability to reclaim Barrett's kick played an important role in another attacking move. Then came his own moment of brilliance. Carter stayed brilliantly in the field to score early in the second half before adding another try to complete an outstanding performance. Suddenly, the question is no longer whether Carter is ready to challenge for a test place. The question is how Dave Rennie can leave him out. And that is where Josh Moorby makes the situation even more difficult. Moorby took his opportunities with confidence, scored 2 tries and looked dangerous whenever he found space. He was composed, efficient and rarely put a foot wrong. For a coach preparing to face South Africa, that kind of reliability is extremely valuable. The Springboks will put enormous pressure on New Zealand, and the All Blacks will need outside backs who can defend, carry, kick, chase and finish. Both Carter and Moorby have now given Rennie plenty to think about. Then there is Rieko Ioane. The experienced back also used the match to strengthen his case for a place in the Matchday 23. Ioane scored a try, assisted another and made smart decisions on both sides of the ball. Perhaps his biggest advantage is versatility. He can cover center and wing, making him an extremely useful option for the bench. Against the Springboks, that flexibility could be crucial. If an injury hits the backline or the game requires a tactical change, having a player like Ioane available could give Rennie valuable options. The only question is whether his performance was enough to force his way into the final squad. And that is becoming the theme of this All Blacks team. Players are not making the selection decisions easy. Josh Jacome also deserves plenty of credit. Making his first start, Jacome looked remarkably composed. He did not try to overplay his hand. Instead, he controlled the game, made smart decisions and showed that he could handle the responsibility. His acrobatic intervention to stop a quickly taken Bulls penalty and his excellent 50-22 kick were 2 moments that highlighted his rugby intelligence. He may still be behind more experienced options in the pecking order, but this was an important step forward. The forwards also played their part. Patrick Tuipulotu produced a solid performance and helped the All Blacks win the physical battle against a Bulls pack that traditionally prides itself on strength. Peter Lokai worked hard, while Anton Segner impressed with his physicality and 2 important turnovers. Simon Parker brought his usual energy and physical presence, although he will be disappointed with the defensive lapse that contributed to the Bulls' try. Fabian Holland had a mixed outing, showing excellent handling skills but also making a couple of mistakes that could have been costly. Overall, however, the All Blacks showed enough quality across the team to secure a convincing 50-19 victory. And that result matters because confidence is crucial before facing the Springboks. But Dave Rennie will know that beating the Bulls and beating South Africa are completely different challenges. The Springboks will attack the All Blacks physically. They will challenge them at the breakdown. They will test their set piece. They will put pressure on their kicking game. And they will punish mistakes. That means the All Blacks cannot simply rely on the attacking freedom they enjoyed against the Bulls. They will need discipline, patience and precision. That is why Beauden Barrett's performance is particularly encouraging. At fullback, he looked like a player who understood exactly when to attack and when to control the game. He did not force every opportunity. Instead, he waited for the right moments. That experience could be extremely valuable against South Africa. But now comes the biggest question of all. Where does Barrett play? If Damian McKenzie is fit, the coaching staff must decide how to structure the backline. Should Barrett return to fly half? Should he remain at fullback? Or could the All Blacks find another way to use his experience and attacking vision? The answer could have a major impact on the entire back three selection. And that is why the performances of Carter, Moorby and Ioane are so significant. Every strong performance creates another selection problem. But for Dave Rennie, this is the kind of problem every coach wants. It means players are competing. It means the squad has depth. And it means nobody can afford to become comfortable with their position. The 50-19 win was therefore more than just another victory. It was an audition. And several players made sure their names were impossible to ignore. Leroy Carter may have made the loudest statement. Josh Moorby made sure he was right beside him. Rieko Ioane strengthened his case. And Beauden Barrett reminded everyone why his experience remains such an important weapon. Now the pressure shifts to Dave Rennie. He must decide which combination can handle the enormous challenge of the Springboks. Because against South Africa, there will be nowhere to hide. The pressure will be relentless. The collisions will be brutal and the smallest mistakes could change the match. But after what the All Blacks produced against the Bulls, they will head into that challenge with confidence. And perhaps the most exciting part for New Zealand supporters is that several players are desperate for their opportunity. The selection battle is heating up. The wingers are making it difficult. Barrett has hit back. And now everyone will be watching to see which players Dave Rennie trusts when the biggest test arrives. The Bulls may have lost 50-19, but they helped reveal something important about the All Blacks. This squad has competition. It has attacking talent. And it has players ready to step up. The real question now is whether those qualities can survive the ultimate test against the Springboks.